rising hip-hop.
I just came across this. I seen it, so I'm gonna caught my attention. I'll play it right quick. Say never before seen. Shows moment PNB Rock rapper was gunned down in LA. Remember he was talking crazy on live one time, talking about niggas know better not to try him and all that. I'm like, damn, this nigga sound like he invincible. Like he can't be got.
From Philadelphia, who performed with Ed Sheeran and Chance the Rapper until the artist known as PNB Rock was gunned down while eating lunch with his fiancée. A True Crime News exclusive, never-before-seen surveillance video of the crime as it unfolded. The father and son suspects trying to cover their tracks. Was it pre-planned or a robbery gone wrong? I sit down with the lead prosecutor to get exclusive new details.
He sets it on fire blocks away from his residence and walks back home.
What PNB Rock's...
Yeah, video coverage. The only thing they probably missing is the audio on there.
Fiance, the mother of his daughter, told police after he was murdered right in front of her.
Damn, boy, they gotta be crazy to be sitting down having lunch. When they hit the headlines, they'll say a break, but having lunch, and then two assailants come in. We'll be talking all court TV, like two assailants come in, or one. And you don't know what's going on, but he just rushed you. Give it to me. Give it to me. It registers pretty quick, you know, that it's danger, and this is a robbery. First of all, it's gonna be clicking that it's danger, you know, the fear gone and shock. But yeah, that's gonna set in first before you kind of come to grips with understanding what's going on and what this individual wants.
And there's finally justice for PNB Rock. Your daily source for true crime starts right now.
I remember they showed Fabulous on the red carpet and told him the news. He wasn't really shocked. He was just like, damn, straight up, you know. I should go to...
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining
screen.
us. Rakim Allen, better known as rapper PNB Rock, a hip-hop artist from Philadelphia, was shot and killed while having lunch with his fiancée here in Los Angeles. Today, True Crime News has exclusive, never-before-seen videos and interviews that shed new light on what really happened that day. A camera lens is trained on a restaurant parking lot and also inside. This footage recording in real time a major heist and murder about to go down. A spontaneous stop at an iconic Los Angeles restaurant collides with gold, greed, and bullets, ending in carnage and one of the East Coast rising rap stars lying in a pool of blood.
He was a guest in our community and was gunned down by a cowardly act.
He was PNB Rock, a Philadelphia rapper with a loyal following and a taste for extravagance. His real name was Rakim Allen, but he fashioned his...
I don't even know none of PNB songs. I have no idea none of the songs. I probably heard one if it's like the hit song, but I'm not familiar with his music at all. Not at all. I used to just see him on the TV, but I ain't tap in. I think his music is more pop-like.
Stage name after the streets where he grew up.
PNB Rock was paying homage to his neighborhood, and Pastorius and Bainton was the areas of the streets in which he lived on. So he came up with the name PNB Rock.
Featured in major music magazines like Rolling Stone's 10 New Artists You Need to Know and XXL's freshman class of 2017.
Oh, he made a freshman class?
As an artist, he straddled the fence between R&B and rap, and that's something that a lot of people couldn't do.
R&B historian Tyrone Dubois says P&B was a master at meshing music genres. How significant was it that he came from the Philadelphia area?
P&B Rock's success was based upon the one thing that very few people are able to do: rise from the ashes and make the negativity in his life turn into something positive.
His own story was tightly linked to the energy of the streets, where he learned about violence early on.
His father passed away based on a gang war.
His older brother was murdered, so he himself experienced death at an early age.
P&B Rock posted about his brother's death on X, sharing, "It ain't right." But he'd push past the grief and pain through music.
He started off selling out of his trunk and then becoming noticed and observed.
P&B landed a record deal and launched hit songs like Issues, which showcases his love of expensive
See,
jewelry.
that ain't familiar. It don't ring a bell to me, the Issues. Hearing it, it don't ring a bell. But that's crazy. His daddy died to gang war, then his brother got killed, and now he died at an early age too. So it's like it's been death around him his whole life. So he's not new to the situation.
As the money poured in, the rapper often showed off the rewards by posting to social media, mostly highlighting his love for expensive jewelry.
No P&B on top. Yeah.
A love that would ultimately cost him his life.
That's Thursday.
Not for bragging, but for, celebrating yourself, celebrating your wealth, celebrating the success that you've made in the industry, which I do believe made him
And they
his
got a
target
long neck.
at that particular time.
It was September 12th, 2022. P&B Rock and his fiancée, Stephanie Sibunhung, who is the mother of his daughter, stop at the iconic Roscoe's in South LA.
He had 2 watches, several chains, rings on his fingers, and these are not just costume jewelry. Chains that, do gain attention.
For those who may not know, where they chose to eat is not a celebrity haunt. This is where you go when you want to fly under the radar.
Absolutely. I said, quite frankly, $500,000 reasons, $500,000 worth of reasons to come and take advantage of this young man.
P&B Rock and Stephanie had been partners for years, visiting.
Bro, you gotta know where you at. Know where you at. Know where you going. You're not out in Hollywood. Look how you getting flocked to right there. And that look like Rodale Drive somewhere. He not finna go unnoticed.
LA for a business meeting and to celebrate an engagement party for fellow rap star T Grizzly, where the partiers compared their assets on social media posts.
Come on, man. AP's rollies. Yeah.
But P&B Rock and Stephanie dressed down to head to Roscoe's, and Stephanie had raised concerns about him wearing so much jewelry in a restaurant. He declined, telling her it's in God's hands.
The hardest thing is obviously finding products to sell and then getting authorized to sell those products. So with Ecom Authority, they've been able to do that.
We're going to set you up on Walmart.
This
I'm
surveillance
finna just say, I'm
concern
finna speed it up, put it on the video.
is about him wearing so much jewelry in a restaurant. He declined, telling her it's in God's hands. This surveillance footage shows P&B Rock and Stephanie walking in. It's lunchtime, 12:28 p.m. As they wait, a man seated to the right fist bumps the rapper, but the couple is quickly taken.
Look at this. Look at the dude right there. He just was right there with the
Stephanie
vest on.
walking in. It's lunchtime,
idiot.
12:28 p.m. As they wait, a man seated to the right fist bumps the rapper.
Yeah, but didn't he have the guy come back with a mask on with this vest right here? I seen a fist pump right here. Look, he looking at the guy to the right. The guy from the fist pump. Boom. That's recognition. Hold on. My audio must not. Okay, it's not on right here. So I got turned off. Let's go. See if it's on. Okay, it's on.
Waitress can later be seen bringing their food. Stephanie posts a photo of their meal to Instagram, geotagging the restaurant's South LA location. But what they don't know, outside in the parking lot, a plot is being hatched to rob the rapper of the $500,000 in jewelry that he's wearing.
Although it was 12:30, I think this was like a Tuesday. This was not a day that you would think that you need to keep your head on the swivel or be alert to crime or someone trying to jack me, rob me, steal from me.
But at 1:16 p.m., a
I thought
gunman
it was dude
walks
with the
inside
vest.
ready to score.
There was some sort of verbal exchange at this point.
At 1:17 p.m., the unarmed security guard notices the commotion and flees. Seconds later, P&B Rock
He must
is
have heard a
shot.
shot.
Exchange at this point.
Where he flinched.
1:17 p.m., the unarmed
Look right here. How he flinched. He must have shot. And he didn't shoot too long after he approached him. Because as soon as he went around there with that gun, dude seen it, it popped up, then you could see him flinch on his way out the door. So he popped off not too long after confronting him. You know what I'm saying? At the
security guard notices the commotion and flees. Seconds later, P&B Rock is shot. His fiancée, Stephanie, restaurant patrons, and employees watch in horror. Others flee. 1:22 p.m. LAPD officers arrive on the scene within 5 minutes. They attempt to save the rapper, who is still breathing. Three bullets have ripped through his chest and back. The crime scene, a mix of blood, jewels, and the gun P&B Rock had stored in his belt, resting on the table. Standing in the doorway of Roscoe's, a traumatized Stephanie carries her phone, but as she runs to join P&B Rock in the ambulance, LAPD officers escort her to their car. Stephanie is soon at headquarters answering questions.
It's fucked up. So they rushed her off and now let her go with her fiance, her baby father, in the ambulance. That's crazy. Just want to know if he's alright. Yeah, like she ain't even with him. It's like that's what she's supposed to be in first. Then they
We're
could have
back now
questioned
with
her.
more of our exclusive investigation into the murder of Philadelphia rapper P&B Rock.
They said all these police with an ambulance.
LAPD
Yeah.
is on scene at Roscoe's in South LA, where bullets had been flying just minutes before.
No.
Philadelphia rapper P&B Rock has been shot 3 times and is barely holding on, as seen in exclusive footage obtained by True Crime News. Officers pull the rapper's distraught fiancée back as she appears to reach for an item on the floor, later revealed to be P&B's diamond pendant from his necklace. As cops work the scene, word quickly spreads. P&B Rock was dead, and the questions begin.
A murder occurred following a posting on Instagram or social media. The posting of that may have led to these individuals learning where he was at.
Social media users immediately start blaming Stephanie's geotagged Instagram post showing her meal.
It's my fault. Oh my God.
Stephanie blames herself, as seen in this police interview video hours after the murder.
When I sit down to eat, it was low key, there wasn't no one in there. When we posting the chicken and the waffles.
This is unfortunately happening way too often.
Just 2 years earlier, New York rapper Pop Smoke was robbed and killed in the Hollywood Hills after thieves learned his location from a social media post.
So, we have to ask.
So they just assumed that it was because of her social media post that they found his location. When I think really, if you watch the video, you can see that as soon as he got there,
I'm going to use my name to sell buffalo wings during football games.
Come on, you can't believe everything you read.
But they didn't even go nowhere to hash their plot. They were standing right there. You know what I'm saying?
Nicki Minaj posting on
Right
X
outside.
after Pop Smoke, there's no way we as rappers or our loved ones are still posting locations to our whereabouts.
Ooh, they said to show chicken and waffles. Watch it. They said to show waffles and some fried chicken. He was such a pleasure to work with. Condolences to his mom. Oh, that's Nicki and family. This makes me feel so sick. Wow, that was a jab at girl. She probably don't like Nikki no more for that.
Smoke, there's no way we as rappers
People
or
were
our loved
blaming
ones
her.
are still posting locations to our whereabouts.
Stephanie, I wouldn't sit here and blame you. So you guys did walk too. That's a lot of jewelry on.
Yeah, I told him to take it off.
As Stephanie replays the tragic moments for cops, she is pleading to understand what happened to P&B.
My text messages, everybody's saying sorry for your loss. What is the media saying? Is he okay?
Nearly a minute passes.
I'm sorry.
He passed away.
He did.
Boom.
Are you serious?
Why do you think you?
She
crazy.
appears to be in shock.
It didn't seem like she was in shock at all. She had no reaction, really, for real, for real. She like, is you serious? Bro, you in I'm pretty sure in homicide division. And then they tell you that's too much jewelry, and then she say, I told him to take it off. Like, so you know the severity of the situation. And I guarantee she the one that wanted to go to that chicken waffles. Then she posted, like, bro, ain't no way. Ain't no way. I ain't saying that's the cause of the situation.
You have people out here that's gonna be by your side.
He was alright.
But as cops continue their questions, they soon learn from Stephanie herself someone in the restaurant that day seemed suspicious after spotting P&B's bling.
How did they know you guys were in there? Besides the posting of anything.
Felt like he got set up.
Before long, the deputy DA confirms their investigation shows P&B was set up, and Stephanie's post had nothing to do with it.
In that photograph was only the food. There wasn't an arm or jewelry or any type of wearable items, nothing valuable on the post. That could not have given enough time to orchestrate a plan.
And it didn't indicate she with him, even though they know he his girl. She could have been with her girls. All she showed was the food. She ain't show like his chain to indicate I'm with P&B Rock. Nothing.
Instead, it all started with a man named Tremont Jones.
Does anybody know who they are when they walk in?
Immediately, Tremont Jones, the gentleman who was sitting right inside the door that fist bumped P&B Rock, knew who he was. Tremont Jones loiters at the Roscoe's. That's just his hangout spot.
Detectives soon gathered hours of surveillance video that pieces together exactly what happened in the minutes leading up to P&B's murder and after. From the moment Tremont walks outside, he alerts another man named Freddie Trone to come to Roscoe's. Prosecutors say they acted like two old-school gangsters.
So how is it that Tremont Jones tells Freddie Trone who and what is going on?
The information was relayed, who and what, and the opportunity to get maybe $500,000 is sitting inside this restaurant.
It wasn't the first time P&B was targeted in LA. He talked about it with podcaster DJ Academics over a week before the Roscoe shooting.
You know, somebody tried me on Fairfax, like mid-pandemic. There's gangsters out there on Fairfax. LA is like they bold.
Attention retirees, if you're willing to get your computer from 9 a.m. to 10:45 a.m. on most weekdays, I can show you one simple trade that could potentially bankroll your retirement. Hi, I'm David Kino, and I help ordinary people go after their retirement goals sooner by teaching them how to master the retirement trade.
When they was getting close to it,
special trade designed to be used every morning between 9 a.m. and 10:45.
But you know what's so interesting for me about this case? I never knew of no Tremont. All I knew was what's his name? Let's see, Roland.
It wasn't who and what is going on.
The information was relayed, who and what, and the opportunity to get maybe $500,000 is sitting inside this restaurant.
It wasn't the first.
Fairfax, like mid-pandemic. There's gangsters out there on Fairfax. LA is like they bold.
At Roscoe's, surveillance cameras record Freddie Trone arriving in the parking
Yeah,
lot.
all I knew.
He chats with Jones.
All I knew was Trone. I didn't know Jones, Trayvon Jones. I didn't know of him when the case aired. Even now, it's just this is a surprise that the Jones cat, you know what I'm saying, the first individual, I knew the one he relayed the message to, and then the son.
We're speaking, and at this point is where my position is that the conspiracy was triggered.
Trone leaves, but quickly returns with his own 17-year-old son.
The son is dropped off. He exits the rear driver's side, and he has a full face covering and this very distinctive purple Fruity Pebbles shirt.
Cops say Trayvon Jones stays outside as the teen brushes past him.
Once he's inside, Trayvon Jones knows plan is in action. And at that point, we're seconds away from seeing a muzzle flash captured inside a very grainy camera inside Roscoe's.
Stephanie recounts the horrifying minute-by-minute details when the 17-year-old approaches them.
As soon as he walked in, he pointed the gun at his stomach. He said, "Give me all that or I'll shoot you right now." And he just started shooting him. He took his rings off, necklaces off, took his 2 watches off, and he made me take my watch off. He said, "Give me that right now. I swear to God, I'll shoot you in the head." It was so scary.
Damn.
Before he flees, the teenage gunman can be seen snatching diamond jewelry from P&B's body. Prosecutors say the gunman's dad, Freddie Trone, was outside in a waiting car, and all the suspects made a quick getaway.
My thing was, if he shot P&B and then took the jewelry, why didn't he shoot the girl? Did he feel like P&B resisted? Or he was like reaching? Did he have some sudden movement? What was the cause of him shooting him?
Rapper P&B Rock was only 30 years old when he was shot to death during a robbery. We continue now with our exclusive investigation into his murder.
In Philadelphia, fans of rapper P&B Rock gather in the neighborhood where he grew up, dancing to his music and celebrating his life.
We got the whole city mad, they know we did it, we standing on murder business.
And Los Angeles police are on the trail of his killers. This surveillance video shows Freddie Trone and his teenage son walking near their apartment minutes after the shooting. The son has changed clothes and not long after tosses a bag into a dumpster.
You think they threw away their clothes that would have all sorts of incriminating evidence?
As far as the shooter, yes.
Early the next morning, cops say Freddie Trone leaves the apartment and torches the getaway car. The same car seen picking up the hitman at Roscoe's.
So the car is the Buick Enclave. He sets it on fire blocks away from his residence and walks back home.
Investigators learn the car is registered to Freddie's wife, Chantel Trone. Soon, Chantel and the suspected 17-year-old son and gunman are arrested. But Freddie Trone is nowhere to be found.
The block is hot. Of course, he's wanted now. His face is now...
That nigga say the block is hot. Hey, the block is hot. You ain't lying, boy. After that inferno, he said it's hot for him. It done turned real for him out here. That's crazy. He did that shit in his girl car. Like, look at all the camera footage they got from leaving the scene all the way to where he stayed. To them going to the dumpster and discarding the clothes.
On internet beside P&B Rock.
Freddie flees to Las Vegas. The DA says his girlfriend, Wynesha Evans, drives him out of town.
So that's where I call her side chick, but Miss Evans rents a vehicle and she drives him to Nevada.
But before long, Trone is captured. LAPD homicide investigators head to Vegas and grill him as heard in this exclusive interrogation audio.
He goes by PNB Rock. This is the case that we're investigating right now.
That's really unfortunate. God bless that young man. So
Freddie denies he and his wife are involved in the Roscoe's murder.
if y'all figured this guy, my son did it, why he ain't hurt?
Oh, you're in here for murder. For 187.
187.
There's a driver from a small town in Texas who walked away with $80,000
I thought 187 was a drive-by.
last month. Here's the shocking
code for a
part.
drive-by.
They didn't win the lottery. They didn't
Was
inherit
187
a
a code for
dime, and they
homicide?
never
I'm gonna have to
dealt
look
with
that up.
shady insurance companies or expensive.
But cops can pin Freddie, his son, and others to the heist and murder through the hours of surveillance footage. Tremont Jones, his wife and girlfriend, along with his juvenile son, all face charges.
One thing that Freddie Trone said on the stand that I really highlighted is he himself said his son was dangerous.
In a Los Angeles courtroom, Freddie Trone is convicted of murder and robbery. Tremont Jones is found guilty of robbery and conspiracy to commit robbery. Freddie's wife, Chantel Trone, pleaded no contest.
He's supposed to get a murder charge.
Murder and robbery.
Anytime you are part of a robbery that results in a murder, whether it's I'm going to rob somebody, me and my homie going to rob somebody, and the person that we robbed, the victim, ends up killing my homie, I'm supposed to be charged with my homie's murder, not the person that killed him. Like, that's how it go. Our actions resulted in him getting killed, so that's a murder charge for me and a robbery. I don't understand how he didn't get charged with murder. They said guilty of second-degree robbery and conspiracy to rob.
Guilty of robbery and conspiracy to commit robbery.
Why? Because he must have cooperated. He had to get the murder charge off of him. He probably said, man, all I was down for was the robbery. I had nothing to do with, or no idea that they had murdered him, whatever.
Freddie's wife, Chantel Trone, pleaded no contest to accessory after the fact, and Wynesha Evans pleaded guilty to accessory after the fact.
Did you ever find the jewelry?
No.
Did you find the murder weapon?
No.
Wow, so you got a conviction without a murder weapon.
No murder weapon.
So what the 17-year-old get?
No property recovered, nothing.
Justice was served, but with little comfort to P&B Rock's family and his fiancée, Stephanie, who called him their shining light.
Yeah, that nigga supposed to got murdered. That nigga that set that robbery in motion. He supposed to got murdered. He got off. They probably gave him a gang of time, though.
P&B Rock's mother reacts to the verdict, plus the latest on the 17-year-old accused of pulling the trigger. The alleged gunman, who was 17 at the time of the killing, is being held in a juvenile facility after a judge ruled that he is not competent to stand trial.
What?
P&B Rock's heartbroken mother, Deanna Allen.
What? Are you serious? At 17, where I'm from, at 17, you're an adult. You definitely competent to stand trial as an adult. You, man, they high. L.A., they let Pop Smoke love people get murder suspects get off like that. That's crazy. Man, I wish I'd have grew up
outside of court shortly after Freddie Lee Trone was convicted of her son's murder.
We are just very happy that
that's why they had him do it, the 17-year-old.
Solely and sorely missed by his family, and especially the young people in my family. Like my younger nieces and nephews, they really are devastated, and they looked up to him so much as a hero to the family. And now that he's gone, they're so sad they don't know what to do.
That's it for today's True Crime News. I'm Anna Garcia. See you next time, everyone. Crime doesn't stop, neither do we.
She said crime doesn't stop, neither do we. And that's crazy. They let the 17-year-old get off like that. And they got to put the play in motion. He only got conspiracy to commit robbery. But the robbery resulted in a murder. So L.A. laws is all fucked up. That's all. That's crazy. Like, you can't get off like that in other districts. I never heard of it. And the 17-year-old not being competent. I know 13-year-olds they held in high-profile cases. They charged them as an adult or took them as trial and treated as an adult. Come on, man. Come on. L.A. got to do better. L.A. got to do better. That's premeditated murder. How you talking about he ain't competent to stand trial? They hatched a plan to rob this guy. He told them, that girl say verbatim, if you don't give me that jewelry, I will shoot you in the head. How he incompetent? Oh, he wasn't competent when he went and robbed them and took their jewelry and stuff like that. Oh, he ain't competent enough. The gun didn't go off before he got in there, so he competent enough not to make the gun go off, but shoot P&B for probably hesitating at the jury, and then he competent enough not to shoot the girl, but threaten her that if she don't come off the jury, which she did, so he didn't he made good on that promise that if you don't give me this, I will shoot you. She gave it to him so he didn't shoot her. So how he incompetent? Come on, man. Come on. It ain't making no sense. No sense at all. Well, rest in peace to that man. Rest in peace, PNB. Fly high. Angels in the sky. Too many rappers, man, being you know,